write each equation in y equals form. So we want to get y all by itself. So what are we going to do to this 4? Minus 4 from both sides. So y equals, now remember, you want to put your x term first. Spencer. Nope, we're doing this in class right now. This is practice. So 5x plus a negative 4. Okay? Nope, there's a 5 in front of the x, so the 5 is with the x. Okay? Nope, because there's a 5 there. If there is no number there, then it's a 1. But since there's a 5 there, you're just moving the variables around. You're just getting the y by itself. Let's look at number 2. I want to get the y by itself. Right now, the y is being multiplied by 2. What undoes multiplication? So we're going to divide everything by 2. So y equals, remember I want my x term first, x divided by 2. Now, if you remember, what's in front of there? A 1. You can write it as 1/2 x. Because remember how that 1 is there, then it's a fraction 1/2? Remember how we always want a number in front of x if possible, because that's our m, which is our slope? Okay? So 1/2 x plus 1. Yep, because 2 over 2 is 1.
Wait, why did we do that to the other? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which one?
Like, why didn't we divide 5?
Because y was already by itself. There was no number in front of y. You have to get y by itself. Okay, this one here. Add the opposite. So how do I get y by itself? How do I get rid of that negative 7? Add 7. So y equals 4x plus 7.
Wait, but, oh, it's y.
Yep, I know. You want to get y by itself. Now, I'm going to rewrite this one over here so I have a little bit more room. Y down the equal sign. Remember step 2? Add the opposite, right? Okay. My goal is to get the y's by themselves. But I have to get the y's on the same side first, right? So I want to get rid of this y. So I'm going to minus 2y, minus 2y, 3y plus 3 equals negative 3x plus 5. Good. Now, how do I get rid of this 3? Minus 3. So 3y equals negative 3x plus 2. Almost done. Now how do I undo this multiplication by 3? Divide by 3. Divide everything by 3.
Y equals
What's 3 divided by 3?
1x.
1. So it's a
1x.
negative 1x plus 2/3. Eventually. Yep. Okay. Number 5. We'll just do an example like this one. Yes, Jack.
From 5 through 9 and 5 through 8, you want us to do
The table. Yep. But hold on, guys. This is just our practice, so we'll just do one of these together. Which one do you want to do?
Number 7.
Let's do number 7.
The hardest the other one.
Because number 7's the hardest. Because what do we have to first get it? Y equals. So, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little trick. After we add the opposite here, that's a negative y. just keep in mind we don't want a negative y, we want a positive y. So how do I get rid of this 2/3 x?
Times by the.
Careful, it's being added. Subtract 2/3 x. So then notice I end up with a negative y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. Right? So I have this negative y equals my negative 2/3 x plus 2. So I don't want the opposite of y though. I want regular y. So do you remember the little trick? Multiply everything by -1 or take the opposite of everything. What's the opposite of y? Negative y, excuse me. The opposite of y is y. Y equals, what's the opposite of negative 2/3?
2/3 x.
2/3 x plus, what's the opposite of positive 2? Negative 2.
Okay. There's no one.
Okay, so we've got our table. Now, there's a hint I want you to write down. Hint. Now, I'll move my paper sideways so you can see it.
Wait, I wasn't done.
Whoa, all right. Give me a thumbs up when you're done.
Done.
Okay, hint. When the number before x is a fraction, when the number before x is a fraction, so that's your m, your slope. When your slope is a fraction, choose multiples of the denominator for x. When the number before x is a fraction, choose multiples of the denominator for x,
There's 3, right?
which in this case is 3. So we want to choose multiples of 3. And I'll tell you the reason, because you'll get whole numbers for your answers then. Then your answers won't be fractions.
Wait, so then we have to do like -3 and then.
-6, 0, 3, and 6. Yep.
So do as many low
Low multiples of 3 that you can.
You
Yep.
need to put an extra O in there. Choose.
Choose.
Well, I'm busy.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So we want to choose multiples of 3 for our x. So what's our first one? Remember, we want two negatives.
-2.
So -6, -3, 0, 3, and 6. Those will be our 5 numbers we choose. Following along?
Yep.
So -6. So what is 2/3 of 6? 4, right? 2, 4, 6. 2/3 is 4, and it's going to be a -4 because I'm multiplying it by a negative. So it's going to be y equals -4 plus a -2. What's -4 plus -2?
2.
-4 plus -2. -6.
What? Oh.
So my ordered pair is -6, -6. See how that came out as a nice whole number? Okay. Now let's try 3, -3. What is 2/3 of 3? 2. So it's going to be a -2 plus a -2,
-4.
-4. So -3, -4 is my ordered pair. Well, this is why I always like 0.
It's 0.
Y equals, what's 2/3 times 0?
0.
0 plus a negative 2.
0, -2.
0, negative 2. What's 2/3 of 3? 2. So it's 2 plus a negative 2.
3, 0.
3, 0. And 2/3 of 6?
4.
4.
2 equals 2.
So 6, 2.
Now we turn 4.
All right, so now
This is the fun part.
the fun part. Graphing them. -6, -6. Now notice we don't quite have that on our graph, but it would be about right there. Well, they might have used different numbers. Okay, how about -3, -4?
At the bottom.
-3, -4. 0, -2.
Who's gonna make a check mark?
3, 0. And 6, 2.
Oh, wait, no.
And if they all fall in a line, you know you did it right.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. Is each ordered pair a solution? Do you remember what a solution is? Anything that makes the equation true, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2, 6. This is my x. This is my y. And we're going to put 2 in for x, 6 in for y. So 3 times 2 minus 2 times 6. Does that equal 12?
No.
Well, we got to check. What is 3 times 2?
6.
2 times 6?
12.
6 minus 12?
-6.
Does that equal 12? No, so this is no. Okay, number 11, you do the same thing. Put the -1 and 7 in for your x and your y. Any questions on these practice problems?